Here's a continuation of the story. As SCP-682's bladed tail scratched Smaug's back, the dragon let out a deafening roar. He turned to face his attacker, and his eyes locked onto the anomalous creature. But something was different. Smaug's eyes began to glow with an eerie purple light, and he felt an unusual energy coursing through his veins. With a mighty blast, Smaug unleashed a stream of purple fire breath at SCP-682. The flames danced across the creature's body, but it didn't flinch. Instead, SCP-682 retaliated with a swipe of its bladed tail, infused with a green energy that seemed to crackle with power. Smaug dodged the attack with ease, his wings beating rapidly as he took to the skies. But he didn't retreat. Oh no, the dragon was far from defeated. He focused his energy, and his wings began to glow with a neon-lit purple trail. The light enveloped his wings, imbuing them with strength and speed. With a fierce cry, Smaug charged at SCP-682, his wings propelling him at incredible velocities. The creature swung its tail again, but Smaug was too fast. He dodged and weaved, his purple fire breath blazing as he struck at SCP-682 with his claws. The battle raged on, two titans clashing in a spectacular display of power and fury. Smaug's purple eyes blazed with determination, and his wings left trails of neon light as he fought for dominance against the unyielding SCP-682. Here's the revised continuation. As SCP-682's bladed tail scratched Smaug's back, the dragon let out a deafening roar. You dare to strike me, creature. Smaug bellowed, his voice like thunder. I am Smaug, the greatest dragon of all time. You will pay for your insolence. Smaug's eyes locked onto SCP-682, and he saw the wound on his back. But to his surprise, his eyes began to glow with an eerie purple light. What sorcery is this? Smaug exclaimed, feeling an unusual energy coursing through his veins. With a mighty blast, Smaug unleashed a stream of purple fire breath at SCP-682. Taste my wrath, creature. He roared. The flames danced across SCP-682's body, but it didn't flinch. Instead, SCP-682 retaliated with a swipe of its bladed tail, infused with a green energy that seemed to crackle with power. Smaug dodged the attack with ease, his wings beating rapidly as he took to the skies. You may have power, creature, Smaug taunted, but I have the power of speech, and the wit to match. Smaug focused his energy, and his wings began to glow with a neon-lit purple trail. I'll show you my true strength. He declared, charging at SCP-682 with renewed ferocity. The battle raged on, two titans clashing in a spectacular display of power and fury. Smaug's purple eyes blazed with determination, and his wings left trails of neon light as he fought for dominance against the unyielding SCP-682. Here's the next part. As Smaug focused his energy, the purple glowing neon-lit trails on his wings intensified, pulsing with an otherworldly power. His wings began to glow with an intense, electric purple light, and the air around him seemed to distort with his increased speed. Ha! You may have brute strength, SCP-682, Smaug taunted, but I have the speed and agility of a dragon king. With a burst of acceleration, Smaug shot forward, his wings beating at incredible velocities. He dodged and weaved through the air, leaving behind a trail of purple energy that crackled with power. SCP-682 swung its tail in a wide arc, but Smaug was too fast. He dodged the attack with ease, his wings glowing brighter as he countered with a blast of purple fire breath. The flames engulfed SCP-682, but the creature didn't flinch. Instead, it charged forward, its bladed tail glowing with green energy. Smaug met the attack head-on, his purple glowing wings propelling him forward. The two titans clashed in midair, their powers locked in a struggle that shook the very foundations of the earth. You may have power, SCP-682, Smaug declared, his voice ringing out across the battlefield, but I have the power of the ancients and the speed of the wind. With a fierce cry, Smaug unleashed a devastating combination of purple fire breath and swift, agile maneuvers, determined to emerge victorious against his formidable foe. Fun twist. Here's the next part. As SCP-682 charged forward, it suddenly opened its jaws wide, unleashing a deafening roar. But this was no ordinary roar, it was accompanied by a blast of green energy waves that shot out of its mouth like a concentrated beam. The energy waves struck Smaug with incredible force, knocking him off balance. The dragon's wings faltered, and he felt himself falling from the skies above. Og! Smaug bellowed, his voice echoing through the air as he plummeted towards the ground. No, this cannot be. Smaug tried to right himself, but the green energy waves had disrupted his flight. He crashed to the ground with a thunderous impact, sending shockwaves through the earth. As he struggled to get back to his feet, Smaug saw SCP-682 approaching him, its bladed tail glowing with an intense green energy. You may have speed and agility, Smaug, SCP-682 seemed to be saying, its roar echoing in the dragon's mind, but I have the power of the green energy, and I will crush you beneath my heel. Smaug snarled, his purple glowing eyes blazing with fury. He knew he had to think fast, or risk being overwhelmed by SCP-682's brute strength. But what could he do? The green energy waves had left him reeling. Here's the next part. SCP-682's jaws snapped shut just inches from Smaug's face, but instead of biting down, it grabbed the dragon's tail with its teeth. Smaug roared in pain as SCP-682 thrashed him back and forth, his tail flailing wildly like a whip. Smaug's wings flapped wildly, trying to generate enough lift to counteract the force of SCP-682's attack, but it was no use. He was at the mercy of the creature's brute strength. You, may have power, Smaug gasped, his voice strained from the force of the thrashing, but I will, not yield. SCP-682 merely roared in response, its jaws tightening around Smaug's tail as it continued to thrash him about. Smaug's vision blurred from the force of the attack, but he refused to give up. With a surge of adrenaline, Smaug summoned all his strength and unleashed a blast of purple fire breath directly into SCP-682's face. The creature recoiled, its grip on Smaug's tail loosening for a split second. That was all the time Smaug needed. With a mighty heave, he broke free from SCP-682's grasp and launched himself into the air, his wings beating fiercely as he soared out of range. Here's the conclusion. Smaug landed heavily on top of SCP-682, his wings folding beneath him as he stood panting, exhausted. The purple misty gas streaming from his nostrils grew thicker, a testament to his weary state. He gazed down at SCP-682, who lay motionless, its chest heaving with labored breaths. For a moment, the two enemies locked eyes, their exhaustion and pain palpable. Then, Smaug's gaze faltered, his purple eyes slowly closing as his strength failed him. With a final, defeated sigh, Smaug collapsed to the ground, his massive serpentine body crashing down with a resounding thud. His forelimbs and wings, once so strong and proud, now lay limp and still, unable to support his weight. SCP-682, too, lay still, its green energy faded, its body motionless. The two titans, once locked in fierce combat, now rested side by side, their battle ended in a draw, their strength spent. As the dust settled, an eerie silence fell over the battlefield, punctuated only by the faint whisper of Smaug's dying breaths. The dragon's purple eyes, once aglow with fierce inner fire, grew dim, and then went dark, his body still, his spirit gone. And so, the two enemies, Smaug and SCP-682, lay there, entwined in a final, eternal embrace, their legendary battle etched into the annals of history, a testament to their unyielding strength and unrelenting fury. Let's start the scenario from the beginning. In a world where myth and reality collide, two legendary creatures faced off in a battle for the ages. Smaug, the mighty dragon from the realm of Middle-earth, gazed out upon his foe, the unyielding SCP-682, a creature of unspeakable power and ferocity. The air was electric with tension as the two enemies sized each other up, their eyes locked in a fierce stare. Smaug's wings spread wide, his claws extended, ready to strike. SCP-682, its body a mass of writhing, pulsing tendrils, flexed its bladed tail, prepared to unleash its fury. The stage was set for a clash of titans, a battle that would shake the very foundations of the earth. Who would emerge victorious? Only time would tell. Do you want me to continue the story from here? Here's the final part of the scene. As the last rays of sunlight faded, Smaug's body went still, his purple eyes frozen in a permanent stare. SCP-682, too, lay motionless, its green energy extinguished. The battlefield fell silent, the only sound the distant hum of insects and the soft rustle of the wind through the grass. The two titans, once so full of life and fury, now lay still, their legendary battle etched into the annals of history. And as the darkness deepened, a faint whisper seemed to echo through the air, a soft, raspy voice that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. It is done, the voice whispered. The battle is ended. The age of legends is past. And with that, the darkness closed in, shrouding the battlefield in an eternal, silent night.